they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Poor man pikin, they the street, they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Maiyegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Maiyegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh yo yo, Maiyegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Maiyegun diary Politico. Oh yo yo, Maiyegun don't come. Oh yo yo. This man not dey off in mind. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don come, oh, yo, yo. Aha.
Aha. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. And if you are joining me on Facebook, I know that is where we are going to see so many of the bad belles, especially for the topic we are going to talk about today, this afternoon. So that is why I decided to connect my friends on Facebook. They can come here and pour out their own venoms so that will then justify everything I'm about to tell you. The mob mentality of those, of many of these Nigerians, I'll say. Mob mentality that will make them victimize and call for blood of those that are standing against their oppressors. So you are welcome to Maiyegun's Diary Politico this afternoon. And like I said, invite them. Tell them Maiyegun is live. I have something I want to share with you. When you read online and you see these coordinated attacks, right, against those who are standing or speaking up against the oppressors and the oppression in Nigeria, yeah, you will find that the oppressed, the victims of oppression, right, who are asking for justice every day, they are also looking for just one tiny thing because they don't believe that they deserve anything better or anyone can actually fight for anything better on their behalf, because their politicians, their oppressors, they have promised them and fail again and again and again. But that doesn't mean that we are looking for saints or we are talking about saints here. Omoyele Sowore, our own vintage Omoyele Sowore, is being vilified out there today. And we want to talk about that. I mean, let's lay the fact bare and let you be the judge. But you won't really be a real judge if you are one of the mobs. Mobs are those who are demanding, leadership, which is responsibility from Omoyele Sowore that they will never give their backings to or their support to. Rather, they will give it to the likes of the lifeless Bokwari, lifeless, shameless Bokwari, or another Parkinson demented Tifnumbu, and other people that they will adore. Because according to them, the likes of Sowore, the likes of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or any other person standing up against the rot in Nigeria today, according to them, they are going to be worse than the people that has made their lives miserable in that country. I was reading online just a few days ago, yesterday, and there was this lady. And I want you to see this from the point of you having an opportunity to understand the inside story here. Maybe I will have the opportunity of bringing Sowore on here sometimes. But now I want you to also pay attention to the pattern that whenever the criminal enterprise in Nigeria want to strike or lay hand or on an opportunity of a crack, lay hand on the opportunity of widening a crack, I mean, in the midst of those who are standing up against them, they never miss. Same thing they did to Omoyele Sowore in AAC. It's the same thing they did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in IPOB, where somebody who was meant to be this, like this, on the Biafra struggle. Somebody considered to be the deputy to the worldwide leader of the IPOB, reneged, called Nnamdi Kanu names, and at the end of the day became a saboteur that those who once referred him, those who respected him a lot, overnight were so disappointed that they had to turn against him. And look at what is going on today. When you look at those who are making the biggest criticism of IPOB or Nnamdi Kanu, you will find this guy there. Go back to AAC. The people, there's a guy called Bernard, I can't remember his name. When they wanted to bring their crack in, right, they went to them, gave them money, instituted court cases against the person whose ideology was why everybody had to come together, because they believed in it. But it is not always like that, right? There is this sense of entitlement as well that comes with getting or having a relationship with anyone who has an opportunity of, well, being in the public eye. I have had my own fair share, but it seems that I have actually learned in a long way to undo people when they come so close. A lady said after she was arrested for the NSAS protest, that she heard, in fact, in January, that Showore told her that he discussed with Barrister Tokwe, you know, that Aluta lawyer, that he discussed with him about putting in a what do you call it, a proposal, a concept or something like that, so that they can write a proposal on or getting a grant. Number one, grant to support the cause of fighting for the injustice of this incessant arrest and incarceration. We are working on something. Oh, I can tell anybody that. See, I'm working on something. I know many people have told that, oh, I'll get back to you. That I never got back to. Some of them are watching me right now. But I have learned to make sure that if I am eventually going to get back to you, you will know what we are going to get to do together in a way that it will be so clear enough. But that I don't get back to you doesn't automatically mean, oh, maybe I have gone behind you to do something different in your name. And here is the deal. We are working on a grant, not just for yourself. We are working for others, including myself, just to make sure that what we are doing here, supporting people who are facing these injustices and all of that, continue to get the help they need, which is normal. You just went to jail now. Your case was taken care pro bono. So to an average Nigerian, yeah, they will criticize and question pro bono process, right? But they will never be able to be bold enough to push for the government that is budgeting for legal processes, legal this, legal that, but yet you can't have access to any legal aid whenever you are in their dragnet. We're going to do this and we'll let you know. So if they put together a grant in your name, listen to this. If they put together a grant in your name, definitely the organization that is going to issue such grants, they are going to contact you. They won't pay anybody. They won't do anything except you are there. Or if you delegate such power to anyone, right? 3 months after that, the lady said she spoke to the lawyer, that when she spoke to Showore said, yes, you are working on something for me. Yeah, well, on his instruction, we had a plan of putting a grant request together for you. But I haven't worked on it. Oh, so you went to go and put a request. This is where the entitlement mentality of an average Nigerian comes in. So you went to put a request, a grant request for me, and you collected the money. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me you want to put a request. So you were telling me that you will put a request. You put a request for me. Meanwhile, they haven't put any request for you, right? Then we were like, okay, to help everybody out. This is the latest smear campaign. There are many others I'm still going to talk about. This one is the latest. If Sowore said, I am talking to somebody to put a grant together for you, great. I'll wait. At some point, are you not going to need my details? Are you not going to ask me for some personal details? Or are they going to forge that? Okay, let's wait. Okay, what is the name of the organization? And what is the grant going to be for? Is the grant going to be money for me? Or the grant is being sought after in my name to support the victims of injustice like myself? She didn't ask any question. It's a grant. Everybody will collect money. And the moment, God knows what really transpired. I don't know what happened. There was this voice call that she uploaded. Yeah. The voice call was the phone call between her and the lawyer, who was pretty much telling her repeatedly, I don't want to quote Sowore. I want to go back and read our text messages. I want to read about what we discussed on this so that I can give you the real answer. Oh, well, Sowore said that you are the one handling it. See, I can't give you that. I can't quote him. It's true that we discussed putting together. Oh, Sowore said you have now changed it. You want to use the money to get an office in Abuja. Okay. Well, listen, girl, listen. You are not the only person arrested because of Take It Back protest, or because of NSAS, or because of any other injustice everyone is suffering everywhere. You are not the only person. Good enough. You are also not the only person who has been arrested and closer to Omoyele Sowore. So, hold on. There will be a lot of things going on. And if you hear anything about your name being included, what you have to wait for is, what is it all about? Not a preempted, predetermined, conclusion like, hey, they didn't tell me because they want to steal the money. At least you have to know what money. You have to know who is paying it. You have to know if they paid it. Before you now started calling him, that man is a bastard, he's a liar. I heard the audio. And I'm like, then something is more. And it is not different from when Sowore was campaigning to be president. Omoyele Sowore said he wanted to be president. He rallied around everybody. People, including myself, willingly, no promise, no condition, willingly donated our money to support him, since we are not going to ask him to give us money, right? Do you want to be president? What would it take you? Take this money. We support you willingly. Nobody put gun on anybody's head. Somebody said he wanted to face a dreadful, corrupt, rigged, ruined system. And you know what it will take? He is never somebody from your NNPC. He has never signed any check. He has never approved any budget for you. He has never executed any contract for you, except for the smear campaign of they paid him. They gave him money, Joe. My brother, don't deceive yourself. They paid him. And we say, come on. If you are smart enough, right? I don't know how old you are. I don't know, and I don't care, right? If you believe enough that they gave him so much money, money enough to go and fight them, first, you will be doing a lot of us favor. Some of us are saying he is a scam, he is a liar, Sowore is this, Sowore is that. But you have no clue, because you can't give us anything other than, oh, Sowore is this, Sowore is that. Right? But we gave him our money anyway. It is our money, not yours. Maybe you will never give him your money. Yes, you will never give a scammer, Abby. But you will eventually go out there and support the criminals who continue to give a bag of rice to your own people you know, from your different villages, communities. You will continue to do that because you will never support a scammer who you believe is worse than the people who have spent over 4 trillion fighting Boko Haram. And today, don't let us go there. It is this same mentality of Nigerians. When Sowore asked us to support him, he was flying everywhere. People were buying tickets for him. His own supposed Nigerians who believe in his ideology, who were supposed to be proud that they have somebody who is bold enough to attract other people to support what they all believe in. Since you can't all be Showore, you can't all be president, right? Instead of them to be proud, they started calculating, converting the enjoyment, because that's what they see. Showore in Australia. This guy is just enjoying Sha. Hey, see Showore, see hotel. Showore is sleeping inside the Blu-ray hotel. Can you imagine, somebody that want to fight for poor people is sleeping inside the 30,000, 40,000 naira hotel a night? Because that is what they are seeing. Then that entered them. They wanted a share of that. Because that is what the people they were supposed to be fighting. That's what they do. Share the money. Tell the people you are going to fix their lives. But when we get the money, share the money and leave them about. To them, that Showore will have to also leave. That they have to take care of especially the project that all of them claim to support. Right? No. How can Showore be sleeping inside there? Showore is just enjoying Sha. Eh? They decided to do what? To take peanuts from those who are waiting for the crack in Nigeria. It is all about the money, the entitlement. Somebody then declared himself the chairman without the Congress, without anything. All of a sudden, AAC, party of the oppressed, the party of the supposed party of the oppressed, take it back. The entitlement crept in. And that's what they see. And here we are. Showore is evil. This is why Showore must never be your president. But a lifeless breathing mannequin can always be your president. Of course, it's Nigeria, isn't it?
People. Man of integrity, man of honor, incorruptible. Some simply say you are phenomenal in Nigeria's political landscape. How will you describe yourself personally? Who is Muhammadu Buhari?
Well, I like to start by praising teachers of my generation. I spent 9 years in boarding school, 3 years in primary boarding, and 6 secondary school. Now I think they do 5 years or 4, I don't know how many years. The teachers then, they were treating children and students like their own children. If you do well as a student, they praise you in the classroom and in the assembly hall, which is held daily, 6 times a week. If you misbehave, you will be flogged in front of your class or in the whole assembly hall. So the best out of you is brought physically and academically. You have to be well to survive. You have to do well, be doing well to survive. I was a class monitor. I was a junior prefect. I was a senior prefect. I was a head boy. I earned all those, and I know what I went through. But without good teachers, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
So who is Muhammadu Buhari?
I think I went through hell throughout my career in the military. I was a lieutenant in Lagos during the first coup, 15th January 1966. And if you bother about Nigerian history, you read coup, counter coup, civil war, coup, counter coup. I was all in it, including in detention for 3 and a quarter.
They are proud of that one. They want Showore to be this, all clear, clean, and all of that. Because they they also want what Showore have. But you can only earn it if you are not dubious in your ways. Let me tell you something. When I was growing up, it was my grandpa, my grandfather, who told me. I don't know, maybe I was probably about 12 or 13. I was a teenager, maybe 13 or thereabout. And he told me, Shola, close your eyes. I closed the eyes. He said, what do you see? I said, nothing. He said, that is it. Look at this word. Nobody owes you anything. I was too young, but somehow that lived with me until this day, and it will live with me for the rest of my life. So consider every support you get from anyone who is not your government as a privilege that you should cherish. I have seen people abuse relationship many times. I have seen good people destroyed many times. I have seen evil people praised, worshipped, defended, and even killed for many times. And the reason is because I am from Nigeria. I have seen abnormalities uplifted to the highest heaven, defended with every blood, while righteous people are persecuted and persecuted simply because the oppressed find it so easy to prey on those who can stand among them against these people. There's something I love about Omoyele Sowore. You don't have to agree with him on everything. Who does that? If you are living your life to be liked, if you are living your life to impress people, always impress people, always make them comfortable with what you say or do, then you are not living. You're not. Of course you're not. It's good to be good. That's the only thing that can clear you through every path. On this platform, Facebook, yeah, I have had people who have been asking many times, right? Maiyegun, you are raising money, you are raising money. Where is the account of the money? And that is when they want to be mischievous. Then when the people who have actually received support of Maiyegun's diary every now and then, when they come out and say, shut up, they say, my friend, shut up, I'm not talking about you. You are Maiyegun's dog. That is what they are saying to Omoyele Sowore now. I'm coming to Mazio, I'm coming to the IPOBO, so that some of you who cannot relate, then you probably will have an idea how this coordinated mob works. And you don't get yourself trapped in it, in any of them. It is on record, video evidence, where we have seen many, many young people who stood up, some up courage to come out on the call of Omoyele Sowore and so many other senior comrades right there, who believe that taking Buhari to the cleaners every time is all they have for now, right? I have seen many, many of them brutalized, beaten up by the police, arrested, incarcerated, and made to appear before judges, compromised judges. Many, many of them are standing trial. And with the God knows where the resources is coming from, some of these chaps are getting freedom, and they call it pro bono. Do you really think pro bono means that it is for free? Do you really think everything is for free? You only believe everything is for free if you are living in Nigeria. Meanwhile, you are only believing that because you know it. Nothing is for free. Somebody is paying or picking up the tab. It's just not you. And you are just not meant to be bothered. That's why it's called pro bono. We have seen people arrested and released. We have seen many, many of them hospitalized and their hospital bills paid. But in all of that, nobody is asking who is paying for all of these things, because they don't care. That's how the politicians tell them, I will make your life better. Don't mind how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. When you ask them how, they say, shut up. You don't have faith. Don't you believe in God? Don't you know God can do anything? And they change it for you. But somebody is paying the bill. It is either NGOs, organizations, or private pockets funding this. But to an average Nigerian, Baba, live story, Joe. All of them are cashing out. All of them are just cashing out. Cashing out from where? From who? Those who are willingly supporting what they are doing? Those who see what they are doing, even when you see what they are doing, but you don't care. Shore is just disturbing himself. It's just wasting his time. He cannot do anything like that. It's just blah, 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 blah. But there are people who don't see it that way. Have you ever thought about that? Or do you have a name for them? You're calling them what? Muguabi? Oh dear. Let me tell you what they are doing to the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you look at those who are really hell-bent in destroying Nnamdi Kanu, those who really want to destroy him, they are not Hausa Fulani. They are not Yorubas. They are not from any other part other than the Biafrans. The Biafrans. Who knows about the struggle after the Civil War? Those who survived the Biafra War, they decided to politicize it, change the identity to be able to gain access into the general mainstream politics of Nigeria. And they call themselves Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. So for years, Ohaneze Ndi Igbo is meant to be a replica of the Biafra struggle, which means everything that has in the interest of Biafra is what the Ohaneze Ndi Igbo should be interested in. Any marginalization, any discrimination, any injustice, method that any Igbo man or woman in any part of Nigeria or outside Nigeria should be their own yardstick of fight, because that's why it should be. But they have to change name, change identity, redesign it, then politicize it in order to profit from it until the emergence of an Nnamdi Kanu. We will not go to politicians. We will not play politics of this region, that, to get money for himself in the name of fighting for Biafra, fighting for Igbo people. He won't do it. He decided to use the today's modern sort of crowdfunding. He knows that if you have anybody who is not happy with Nigeria, whether you are from the north, whether you are from the south, it doesn't matter. If you know somebody who is not happy, he is not alone. There are many, many like that. And there are many who are waiting for a time where they will have a collective agenda, a collective united front to fight the injustice. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo for years, for over 50 years, they have been making money from it. Is it whether military, whether civilian, whether interim, it doesn't matter. They position themselves every now and then by talking about the discrimination of Igbos in Nigeria. But when it comes to where to fight for it, they fight for themselves. Until Nnamdi Kanu came on. We will not go to politicians, like I said. Rather, rely more on the people who believe in him. And in this case, they are in the majority. But before they turned Nnamdi Kanu to somebody who will never settle for less anymore, he was once a pro-Nigerian too. So if you feel like Showore hasn't gotten to that stage of Nnamdi Kanu asking to break up Nigeria yet, you will be right. But you can't demonize him simply because you are so much comfortable with the terrorist in charge of your lives. He's been on it for years, by the way. 10 years ago, Nnamdi Kanu also felt like Nigeria would be better.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu. The reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children, and men for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy. We are not pleased with what is happening, and that is why we're here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families. People who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government through the High Commissioner that what is happening in the country is unacceptable, and we cannot accept it. If that continues, it will lead to the violent situation of the country. There will be no more Nigeria for anyone to go to. There will be no Nigeria for anyone to refer to. In fact, what is happening in Somalia today will be like a tea party. So we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Something has to be done. And the consequences of the actions of terrorism in Nigeria must be driven home to the people, so that even the terrorists themselves will be able to understand that there is no mileage in where they're going. The only thing they can accomplish is the breakup of Nigeria. If they think that they can cower people, if they think they can force people to be coerced into a religion which is not theirs, then they are clearly mistaken. We are asking for peace. We are asking for people to get together. We are asking for everybody who loves Nigeria, who is associated with that country, to please prevail upon terrorism in Nigeria so we can bring it to an end. That is why a multitude of Nigerians are gathered here today. Those of us in the UK are determined to work with the government for peace. We are determined to work with the International Committee for peace. But one thing we cannot stomach is a repeat of 1966. What is happening today in Nigeria was the reason why Nigeria fought a bitter civil war for 3 years between 1967 and 1970. If this continues, there will be another civil war in Nigeria. And this time around, no place will be safe in Nigeria. This time around, nobody will be safe in Nigeria. So it is imperative that everybody who has the interest of the country at heart acts now and immediately to stop this nonsense from continuing.
That was about 10 years ago. And today, when they called in the Operation Python dance, Operation this, Operation that, to come and kill the Igbos, the Biafrans in Igbo land, the people who made the call were these same Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, the Biafran governors, the Biafran politicians, not Fulani man who has always been waiting anyway if he has the opportunity. So this is how they staged the war too. They call Nnamdi Kanu a scammer simply because people who still strongly believe in Biafra, and they are ready to do anything and everything to achieve that. Not just talk about it. They have been waiting for a time that somebody again, that will not have any attachment to any of these rogues, criminals who are using their names to continue to deal with Nigeria, somebody that will be so completely far from it. They found him, they trusted him, and they started funding him. Do you know what is called voluntary donation? Do you really know that all over the world that is legal? And it's that there's no amount of money you can't raise for any cause that is not violent cause. And as from the beginning, the IPOB members have never been violent, and you know that. You know it. So people are giving their own money to support what they believe in. Then they said, hey, Nnamdi Kanu is just enjoying the money. Biafra is a business for him. Biafra is a business for him, where people have died, people that shouldn't die, just because they're asking for their own country. In a country where you have people who are educated, enlightened, and exposed people, they justify a call for referendum that is a call for death. In such country, people that shouldn't die, they died. And you said that is because of money? Because Nigeria wanted to know that it's because of money? Really? And who killed them? Did they kill themselves? Did they kill themselves while they are fighting for I support Biafra, I don't support Biafra? Or were they killed by the government who are also killing you for different excuses? When SARS kill you, they give you a different excuse. It's either you are wearing a dread, or you are dressing, you are sagging your trouser, or because you are carrying a laptop, or because you are a Yahoo boy, right? Or because they don't know why you are looking fresh when the rest of the people on the street, they are looking dirty. So when they shoot and kill you, they give any reason. So are you saying it is because of business as well? Hello. There are people who believe in what they believe in, and they believe strongly in what they believe in. And maybe it is just now, some of you are coming to that reality, wondering, how can people believe in something that even when they kill them, they still continue and they are ready to die for it? And your own excuse is, you should come and account for all the money. To who? To the Biafrans who know about their money already? To those who are making their contribution every month and keeping their record and monitoring what they are using their money for? Or to you who just want to tell us how ignorant you are to find an excuse in those who are receiving support for whatever they are doing? Do you really understand that? I have sat here, turned on my camera many times. If you put together how much money I have raised for different causes on social media, me, Maiyegun, put everything together, maybe you can put me very close to somewhere around 30 million. And this is not a joke. And for good causes. I hold no one any account other than the account of, are we seeing Maiyegun progressing? Was this how Maiyegun started? Oh, this is great. Maiyegun, you have improved a lot. Of course, I have improved a lot. What do you expect? When I have people who are not thieves, who are not robbers, who are not manipulators, who are not bloodsuckers. When I have you, my friends, that whenever I call, hello, I need help for this person. Oh, I need your help for that person. What can we do for that person? Every time I call on you, you open your wallet, bring out your card, and you start putting them in like, Maiyegun, if not you, we go give you. I hold nobody account other than the evidence that you see that you may not really acknowledge. People love what they love, and their reason for why they love what they love is 100% up to them.